The quality of our lives will always depend on the quality of our decisions. Our decisions make us, but first of all, we have to make these decisions. The only way you can be deserving of what you want is if you take the time to raise your awareness towards a higher stature where you can come from a place of possibility, a place where creation and abundance happens. It is my responsibility to understand that the level of confidence I have will always depend on who I am at that moment. What thoughts you choose to entertain of yourself is your business. You only give what you get. Take ownership of your failures and success. Make sure with each and every step you take, you elevate yourself to a higher stature. It's important for the self to be honest about the reality it faces. Tough times were ahead, and all the work I put in was sure to pay off. To be quite honest and realistic opened a new realm of possibility. It all begins with the thought of the self. The most powerful lesson I had taken in this time period was that, as human beings, we give away so much of our power during hardship by thinking we have no power at all. We walk onto the stage of life unprepared and fumble at the greatest and most important phase. We are too quick to point the finger to all that's against us, but we bear no responsibility to our own doing. Once you stop playing the blame game, it becomes your norm. You have to keep it real. I know, and the one thing was the fact that I came from an unprivileged background, yet I knew of my own greatness. Just when you're making incremental changes to your well-being, the positive mindset and attitude I had built over the recovery period, you take time to adjust to the new realm that you've entered. The amount of gratitude I felt for the openness that occurred due to this ordeal. I was ready for any opportunity for growth, and that I would grab it by both hands and never let go. Seeing this massive progress happening and all the excitement it brought, I wanted more of the same. It became eventually second nature due to the learner mindset I had applied. Being given a new page to start made me realize with every hardship comes lessons. Lessons that will forever be imprinted in our experiences. They are who we are. What we require from our loved ones is acceptance. Only a chance for us to become better versions of ourselves, dedicating their lives to excellency. Once I was aware that my scars were something I could be proud of, it took away the power I had been given to others for countless years. Fresh out of high school, and after getting my first tasted glory, I needed to take things to a new level, a new dimension. Constantly trying to reinvent myself, I decided to pay close attention to my speech and how best I could use my voice to connect with my gift. I just had a unique way of gathering information on a vast majority of subjects and also try to make means to simplify its deliverance. My goal of being an eloquent speaker would require huge amounts of practice and rituals for it to be at its highest level. I do once recall the first moment I stood in front of a class trying to summarize a topic in history class. Here I was, sitting, looking at them. The one thing that was lingering in my mind was my history teacher's words. And I quote, "You can do it. Believe in yourself and you will make it." This moved me from being nervous to being excited. I wanted to reciprocate that into the lessons I was trying to pass on. Here I was, summarizing things, and then it went to the lessons. Now I could feel a sense of high confidence in my character and belief. This was the seed that was planted at the moment, which led me even further into this concrete jungle. The amount of belief that my history teacher had showed me was one that I had continuously fed. The more I gained the confidence, the better things were. It shows that with a little bit of encouragement, we all as human beings can go far. That required huge amounts of awareness at its highest level. I give all thanks to the many impactful teachers that I had encountered in my life. Each and every one of them had something valuable to teach me, not only about school, but about life itself. They were just amazing individuals who wanted us to excel far beyond school, but in life too. It might not matter to others, but it matters to you. How you view each and every person that you meet along your journey. It's very important for you to always come from a place of grace. To be honest, we all come from some sort of a teaching, and sometimes we disacknowledge what we are being taught at home, or in the name of trying to fit in. But then we forget that the world at any moment can offer us a belief system that can challenge what we are being taught at home. Sometimes we become so complacent that we forget that we were never taught to be complacent. We are always in positions that are always going to require us to make the hard decisions. Sometimes the hard decisions will leave us lonely, and even though they leave us lonely, but it is through that loneliness that we get an opportunity to carve out character, to carve out initiative, and dedicate our life to something far beyond than what we thought we could. And as I step through further, it is also important for me to remind myself that I'm not alone in this, and that what I am going through, someone else is going through. It is also important for me that even though hardship might be in my pathway, I should not let that hardship define me. If I place myself in a position which will grow and strengthen my belief in that I am responsible for the person that I am, then I will not export any type of blame to nobody but by myself. The life that you want as a person is a life that you must be willing to fight for. And even if the tables might be turned against you, don't turn against yourself. I think that is one value that we can obtain from each and every person whom we can redeem as a teacher. Because a teacher is not someone who is just qualified and went to school to become a teacher. We are also teachers going through school. And the school of life has something more and something much more valuable than what we give it. to offer to us. Because if we center ourselves and make the number one estate, and which is our mind, the center of good thought, the center of productivity, of abundance, and it all starts with each and every individual. What is good for someone else might not be good for you, but it's also your responsibility to find out what is good for you. And it is okay for your taste to change over time, because as we grow, that is what we as human beings are facing. Namaste. Thank you yet again for joining us for this episode to learn and reflect. Feedback and reviews will be highly appreciated on all the podcast platforms you might be listening on. And until next time, namaste.